Okay, so we're going to look at how to render our picture now. So in the last little video I showed you how to set up your ceiling and put your lights in and so on. So this is the layout of our dining room area now. What I want to be able to do is I want to be able to actually render this and get a really nice picture out of it. There's a couple of ways of doing this. That you can do it on your computer. So you come down to this teapot down here, which is the render button. Click on there, you get this render window that opens. Now the render window, you basically start from the top and you work your way down. So draft quality is the poorest quality through to high, which is the best quality. So you would do it on high. You've got screen or printer, so printer will give you higher resolution than screen if you're going to print things off. This is where it gets interesting, the lighting scheme. Now if you, like in this picture, you've got artificial lights, you'd probably want to go for interior, sun and artificial. So it's basically saying there'll be light coming in through the windows, there'll also be light coming from all these artificial lights. You can decide what the sky's going to be like and so on, but basically you set all of these parameters, then you come up here and you hit the render button. Basically doing the render on the machine takes far too long, so we're not going to do it that way. What we're going to do is we're going to look at doing what's called cloud rendering. So I'm in the view that I want to render. I come up to view on my menu. Now you'll notice at the top here I'm logged in, so I've signed in to my Autodesk. So if your email doesn't show up here, you're not signed in. You need to be signed in so it knows where to send the finished work, which is basically into your cloud gallery. So what I can do now that I'm in this view is I can click render in cloud. Rendering cloud is much better, much faster. It doesn't work on your machine, it does on someone else's. Hit continue. You get a little dialog box that opens up. Now what I want us to do here, now you can actually, if you come here and look, you could select multiple views and render all of them in one go. I'm only going to do this one view, which is this dining room one that I set up earlier. I do want it to be a still image. I want to go for a final design, not standard, and I'm going to go for large rather than medium sized. Now it doesn't really matter whether you go for PNG or JPEG, doesn't seem to make much difference. You will notice it's telling you that of the amount of credits that you've got to start with, it's going to use 2 of them. Okay, now you get a certain amount of credits to start with, but when you've used them all up, then we have to buy more. I'm going to click email me when complete. It's telling me that at the moment there's a wait time of 10 minutes. It means it's going to send this file up to the internet, and then in 10 minutes time it should be done. So I'm going to hit start rendering, and basically comes up this little render dialog box. Now the only time this might come up with any kind of issue is if you've put your own downloaded BIM files in there. So that's actually working in the cloud now. If you look up here, it's actually doing it. If you're working and you download something and you don't keep it in the same folder, or if you've moved your file or you get rid of the thing afterwards, it might try and render something that it no longer can find. So even though you might have a picture of this, say, this chair in there, it might not actually be able to find the chair to render it properly. So it's a good practice to put all of your components, all of the things you download, in the same folder, so you know, and probably where you save the Revit file, so that in the future you can go back and edit it easily. Okay, I'm going to leave this going in the background, and then I will show you what the finished one looks like when it emails me in 10 minutes. Okay, so it stopped whirring away here. It sent me an email telling me that my rendering's finished, so I can come up to here now, and instead of signing in, I can go for this one that says view my completed renderings, and it's going to open it now in the web. Pull this so you can see it all. So this has gone straight into my gallery. Here's the picture, the latest one. So all my other ones are in there from other things I've done. Here's the one I'm interested in. It's got a download button on it. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to say download the image. And this image now I can put into a folder. I'm just going to lob mine on the desktop for the time being. I'm not even going to bother changing the name of it. Oh, maybe I will. Maybe I'll just call it dining room. Press enter. And then if I open it up, we can have a little look at it. It's way bigger than I need it to be. Let's crash that over here. And you can see that the quality of that rendering is very high. It's showing the light sources switched on, which is illuminating various aspects of the room and so on. Okay, so that's what you need to do. Good luck.